Hi everybody, this is Mama Sue, and today we're going to be making this beautiful pair of lava earrings. Let me show you one of these. They're just gorgeous. You can get a good look at that. Now, on these, what I've used is the little metal beads. I believe they are a 3mm, and then I've got these little spacer beads that are decorative. And I just love those. I think they're so pretty. They really make it look more elegant. Then I've got, here's a lava bead. This is a tiny lava bead. And in between each one, I've got the spacer beads. And then I've got 3 different sizes here of lava rock. This is a size 8mm. This is a 6mm. And this is a 4mm. And down to a 3mm. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make these beautiful earrings for you, and I'm getting started right now. I'll show you some other varieties when we're done making this one. I'll show you some other varieties that you can do with this same technique. To start with, we're going to need 2 pieces of wire cut at 7 inches. Now this is a 21 or 20. This is a 20 wire. And then also what we're going to need is my tools. Okay, I've got this. I use this bent one a lot. We need our nips. It's the basic tools. If you have the basic 3-pair set with the clippers, the flat nose, or not flat nose, round nose, and then the just the, where are they? These little sweeties. You know, I bought smaller ones because I thought it would be easier for you to see things I'm doing. So I just bought the small ones. I do have the ones that are a little bigger, like this. This is normally what would come in your set. But see the difference in these? It's quite a bit difference in the size. These are really small. But so I'm trying to find ways of making everything clearer to you. But I'll put them down there just in case I decided to use those. I'll leave them right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want both my earrings to have the same size right here on the tip of my circle and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make both of those first. I'm going to use these round nose pliers here. And see where the line right here is? I like to put that right to the edge of the line, close it, and just push away from me, just like that. Then I'm going to take it out. Now I've got a little L like right there from doing that. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to put it right, I'll put it close to the end. I want to make sure that I measure both of these about the same, because this is what will make your circle to hold your ear wire. And I always like to do that first with these round ones. Now I'm pushing away from me. Did you see what I did there? Now I've got it right here at this place right here. Now I need to move it up a little bit because I want to finish going around. Okay, now I just finished going all the way around. See how that turned out? Now I'm going to put my pliers right here again, and I'm just going to bend it down. Now I've got this set up to where I can start putting my beads on. See there? I can start putting my beads on that. And I've got this little stopper point right, let me get my pointer. I've got a little stopper place right here every time I I wonder if you can see that. Turn it around this way. See that little, it's hard to see, but there's an edge right here from that little part we made in the beginning. Right there is where it stops. So my beads are going to stop right there too. Now if I do the other one exactly the same, I'm not going to have any problem with my earrings being the same. The wires were cut the same. So that's where we are. So now I'm going to do this side. Let me get up closer so I can make sure I'm showing you exactly how to do this. I'm putting the wire right down here like this. I'm making sure it doesn't go past that edge right there. See how I just went over it? See how I went over the edge? I want it right at the edge. I'm going to close it and push it away from me. Just like that. Now, I'm back with the L again. See that L? Now, if you'll notice, the L is the same size as this one if you put them together, but it's really hard to see from the camera. But anyway, I'm going to go back up here to the top like I did before, and I only went about that far because I wanted to make sure my circles are about the same. So see where I've got that? See, there's the edge. I'll move that up a little bit. Oop. Right there. And I'm going to push it around my round nose pliers. Now I want that to go all the way around, so I'm going to move my pliers just a little bit like this. See there? I moved it just a little bit. I was over here, and I moved it over here. And then I finished going around, and that put me right there. So now all I got to do is put my needle right, my pliers right there, and bend it down. So I'm going to put it in there, bend her down. And then I'm going to hold on to it and just slightly pull it out to the side a little bit. Now that's pretty close to the other one. Let's check and see how close it is. I'm just going to squash this down a little. See there? Now we can bend that after we're done. We don't have to worry about that at all. Now, if you look at both of these, I like to make sure these are right off the bat, because if they're not right, I'm going to have to change things at the end instead of right now. Now, I'm going to put these together to see if they're pretty close. Oh, let's just put it this way. Those are very close. Very close. I'm going to make this hole a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to do it right here. Now I just made that hole smaller just with that little push. Now are these about the same now? Let's check and see. Yeah, they're fine. By the time you get those wrapped, those are going to be fine. Now I'm going to start putting the beads on. What we're going to start with are these little bitty beads here. They're little. They look like crimp beads. They're little bitty metal beads. And I put 5 on each side. And then I put one of these, and I go with the smallest first, and these are the smallest. So I'll start with this one, then I'll go over and put 3 of these in between these. So let's start that off. I'm going to pull these out real quick and put them right here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, put on there, 5. See, now I've got the first 5 on there. Now I need to go, if you'll notice, this is the 5 I just put on right here. And Now we're going to put one of these special beads on. These pretty beads. See? Wish I could show you that better. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to put one of these. Then I'm going to go with my smallest lava bead. These are the smallest ones here. This is a really fast pair of earrings to make. Then I'm going to put another one of these. See? Then I'm going to go with a big bead. This is the 8s here. If I can find the hole. There it is. And then another one of these. See how that's coming out? Just like the earring. It's coming out just perfect. Actually, on this earring, I had 3 different sizes, but I was out of that other size. So I was out of the small ones here. So I'm actually putting 3 of the number 8s in this one. So I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I forgot to tell you that. Got that one. Got that one. Now I'm putting one more. Then I'm going to go back to the smalls. See there? It's coming right along. See how that's going? Okay. And then another one of these pretty ones, fancy ones. Then I'm going to go to one of the small ones. That's my last small one. See there? There's my earring. It's coming out nice. Okay, now I'm going to go one more of the fancy ones, and then I'm going to put 5 of those small ones down here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get this one, I'll go 4 and 5. Now I've got my other 5 on. Now what I'm going to do is I have to move this side toward this side. First I want to check and make sure I got everything on right. I look through it. I look through it just to make sure I've got like 5, count them. I make sure I've got one of these on each of. Where I forget is sometimes I'll put one there and forget to put the fancy one there. And then I have to open it back up and start again. Now, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take it over. I want to hold that firmly right there. And I want to roll it down. Let me show you how I roll that down. I put it real close. I pull that tight. I'll put it this way. It's easier for me. I pulled the bead. The beads are on there tight right now. I've got them on tight. Then I bring it over here. And see how it's kind of sat right there? It's just sitting right there. Now I'm going to pull this around the earring just like that. See what I mean? Now I'm going to start on the other one because I want to show you something when I get done with this. So I'm going to get the other one set up, and then we'll go from there. And we'll use this one as our reference now because this one's a little different than that one. Okay. Now what did we do? We put 5 of the small ones. Let me get these up close. I want you to really see what I'm doing. But I've never been the best cameraman. But I'm working at it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, I've got 2 and 1. Now, I've got those on there, so I'm good there. Then I'm going to have one of these fancy ones and one of the small beads. Then we're going to go a fancy one again. Fancy smancy. See how that's coming along? This turns out to be this is a very easy one to make. Once you learn how to do this part right here, and then winding the stuff around, you'll have so many different varieties that you can make. I'll make some other ones out of different colors, just so that you know, just so that you really get the hang of making that tip. Because that tip really helps you have that space for winding on there. Then your earring comes out the same size. Now, one of the fancies, one of the bigs. Isn't this going fast? And I'm not even hurrying. If I can get it in that hole. Oh, wrong hole. These lava beads don't get too thick on the wire that you use, because lava beads don't have a very big hole. The big ones have a bigger hole, but from 8 down, the holes are a little smaller. I get mine online. I just go over to eBay and order them. I can get them cheaper that way. Last fancy one. Oh no, not the last one. Uh-oh, I'm missing one. I'm gonna have to grab that little thing. Where did you go? Okay, I'm missing something here. Let's see if I got one over. Oh, here's one. I'm good. I found one. Man, I should have put extra out just in case. It's a good thing one was laying around. Okay, now I've got to put on the last 5 little ones. See there? There's where we are right now. And I got to put the last 5, these ones here. Okay, let's get those 5. Oh, I would have an extra one of those. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, the reason I wanted you to see this is because, you know, it's probably not going to make a difference to most people, but I like my wires to roll the opposite direction. Like if I go over the top on one earring, I'm going to go over the back on the next one. Like on this one, I rolled to the back. See how the wire's just coming around and going to the back? Now on this one, I want the wire to go over the top and to the back. I mean, and toward me. So I'm going to tighten my beads. See how I'm tightening these up? I'm tightening my beads, and then I'm going to just take it over the top and just put it like that. Now it'll stay there. Now that I got it there, it'll stay pretty good. But let's see these together. Now look at that. Look how those come out the perfect size. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wrap these wires right here. And when you wrap the first one, you're going to count how many times you wrap. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Count how many times you wrap, so that you have the same amount on each side, and that'll make your earrings look really level and even. So let's start with that. Okay. Now that we've got it wound like this and it's to the back, it's going to go around the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to leave that to the back, because I'm going to cut off that extra piece there when I'm done. Now I'm just moving this around to get it to the shape I like. That's nice to me. And then now I'm going to do this one, but this one I'm going this way. And I'm going 1, 2, oops, 2, 3. Wait, I didn't go around right. Okay, get that up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Okay. Now see, the reason I like to do it like this is if I decide that I want to do something fancy with this, that little piece, I can do something fancy with it, like roll it up and put it down on the front. Like, let me show you. If I take this and just start to roll that a little bit, just like that. I'm going to squinch it a little bit. See there? Then I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm just going to twist it in the circle right on top of each other. See how I'm doing that right on top? I'm taking it right here and I'm just rolling it around itself. Well, I'm having a hard time rolling it. Hang on to this tightly and roll. Tightly roll. See there? Like a cinnamon roll. Roll, baby, roll. Okay, now I'm going to pull this down and lay it down flat on the front for a little extra design. You don't have to do this, but, you know, if you're not going to do this, I just want you to cut it off on the back. This way you don't waste any wire. Now see how that turned out with the little extra on the top? Now, if you don't like that, you can cut that off. It's not a big deal. See there? Now, I prefer these without the little circle, so I'm going to cut mine off. I'm going to pull this thing up, but you can check it, see if you like it, and then cut it off. Now I'm going to cut it off in the back. Now I want my flush cutters. I want the flush side to be the side against the jewelry. Because if you don't, you're going to have it a place that grabs your hair. All that fun stuff. Now, I just cut that off. See how smooth? It came up really smooth. Now I take my pliers and I just squash down that little piece a little bit. And that earring is ready for the wire. Now see, I'm straightening this up. I told you you could straighten that up later, which I just did. Now if you want to straighten this up a little bit, you can do that too. Okay, there you go. That's that one. And let me get that other one done, and then we'll put the wires on and we'll be finished. That wasn't very hard to do. And we did 2 earrings in this amount of time. Oops, wrong way. Flush cutter. Cut it flush. Okay, now I'm going to see that little wire sticking up right there. I don't know if you can see it. See that right there? Right there. I'm going to squash that down. See, I'm just going to take my pliers and just squash that little piece. See how it goes down? Real easy to get down there. Now it's perfect. Well, perfect. There we go. Now I've got those 2 earrings made, and all they need is their ear wires. Now let me show you that. I picked out these 2 black ones this time. Sometimes I'll put a gold on. I can put gold or black because of the black beads. But on this one I decided to go with the black because the earrings are pretty dark. If you put the gold, all you're going to see is you're going to see the darker part down here, and then you're going to see all gold. And it just like doesn't look like it goes together. I normally don't use gold wire on this. I normally use a darker wire, you know, or I'll use copper and I'll just darken it with some, oh, what is that stuff called? Let me check. Liver of sulfur. And I use the hard little pieces of it instead of getting the kind that's runny. I don't like that runny kind. Oh, and here's another thing I do too, is see how these earrings bend right down here on the bottom? They kind of bend out. Well, when I wear earrings like that, my earring sticks out like that. So what I like to do is push that bead up and then bend this wire down. See there? And then that works perfect for me. Now, these are the French earrings. I mean the French style. The French style have this little flat place on them that keeps your bead from coming off. That's why I like to use these, because, I mean, they're cheaply made. I mean, they're really thin. But I don't have to change that. I don't have to put something else on there. I don't have to put glue, because it's going to stay right where it is. Now let me bend this out and put it on the earring. I pull straight up. Never pull out. If you pull out, it messes up the circle. So just pull up, and it puts a lot of strain on the earring. Now, whichever side is your front, I like to look and see where I did the squashing down. I squashed down right there, so that's the back. You're going to want the front to go on first, because then it'll be out in the front of the earring when you've got it on. Now I'm going to take that wire. See how that wire is right there? I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to squash it down. Isn't that cool? And then I'm just going to do a little squish right there, just to make sure it went on good. Now look at that with the black wire. The black wire looks fine on it. Doesn't that look good? And the black bead on it matches the black lava, which really makes for a nice earring. Now these look really pretty on. Now here's the other one. I'm going to show you what I did. This is what I do with mine. You don't have to do that. But for me, it works so much better on my earrings when I bend this. Now I push the bead down and pull that up. A lot of times I just make my own ear wires. I like to do that too. And I can always put a squash place in it. It's not a big deal. It's easy to squash these wires. Wait, let me see. Not that one. But some of them are really easy to squash. I know copper is. Okay, now I'm going to open this up again. Let me show you. I grabbed on. Now the opening is always seems to be, this is the front of the earring. It's always in the back. So I'm pushing right up, just so that you know where that is. Now if you see that's open, see how that's open? Now I want to find the front of this. Okay, that's the back. So the front is what I'm going to stick on here, and it'll end up on the front. Now I'm squashing that back into place there. And guess what, guys? This pair of earrings is done. Is that pretty? Whoop. Now, I've got variations. Now, we did this one, and we did this one with 3 different sizes. This was with all the same size on the bottom. And that was out of, because I didn't have any more. And then I also, here's a bigger size. This was a bigger bead here. This was like a 10 or something like that. This one here. But look at the difference of the size of the earrings. When I put this next to the smaller earrings, look at the size difference. Well, can you see the size difference? Let me see. There's your size. Well, let me put them down here. Maybe you'll see it better here. Oh yeah, you can see it better here. See the difference in size? Just from that one bead being different, because that was a big bead. And well, these are bigger beads too, though. See, because I started out with a really tiny bead. And see, I started out with the tiny one right here. And that one was a little bigger, and that's the one that's right here. Then this one is this one. Then I've got that big one. So it really made a difference on making those a bigger set of earrings. But you can always add more of these beads if you want them longer. If you want the necklace or the earring to be longer. There's so many different varieties you can. Oh, and there's one more I wanted to show you. Here's another one that I did entirely different. Well, let me put it on there so it looks better. You can see it better. I put some natural rocks in here. And then I have, these are all lava beads here in between. 4 lava beads and 3 natural beads. And then I just put this little flower spacer in between each of the beads. And then these are just a little round plastic bead. But look how cute that is. Now that was with the black wire. Can you see the black wire there? You can probably see better if I, but see that black wire? That's what I used on that one. And then it looks so much better with the black wire. But you can do it any way you want. Now I did put the gold in there, so I could have gone with the gold wire and it would have looked really nice. But I just like the idea of trying new things. And so that's what I got for you today. And I hope you like it. I hope you make some beautiful earrings. You can use different stones and make so many different kinds. And I'm going to show you this week. I'll probably do it a few times and show you different earrings, just like turquoise, and show you some different varieties that you can do with this same idea. But once you get used to making the ring, you'll be able to make just about any pretty little earring to match any of your outfits. Well, that's all for today, and I just want you to know that Jesus loves you, and I'll see you later.